Hey, good afternoon. It's Bob out here at Serenity Hill again. We survived last week's frigid weather. Unfortunately, I still haven't been able to access the broken water line under the RV, so we're still having to take sponge baths in the laundry shed, but at least we get that. I'm getting ready to go crawl back underneath there. It's a muddy mess. Try to figure out where in the world they hid this line. It looks like it's a CPVC line instead of PEX. So, yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. It's dried out a little bit. Our driveway, where we were supposed to have had some more of this sand, clay, gravel fill put in and then get some gravel on, but my excavating guy didn't get here before the bad weather started, so I don't know when he's going to be able to now. Right now he couldn't do anything because I've got a quagmire down there. UPS guy came Tuesday and delivered our kitchen sink, which I'll have to show that in another video. I know it seems kind of premature, but we decided on a copper kitchen sink. It's an apron front with a vine design embossed into it. It's really pretty, but not cheap. It's going to be the focal point of our kitchen. So now that it's a little bit warmer weather, I've been working away. I thought I would show you some of the progress that I've made. I've been busy framing, wearing my saw out, wearing myself out. But just give you a little idea of what we've done so far. All right, now I am finished with the built-in shelf wall. Pardon me while I walk around and stuff. Hope I don't make you too dizzy. Don't mind the noise, that's just me running into things. Okay, this is the built-in shelf. Let me zoom out a little here. As you can see, it's got, it'll have shelving on the one end. The center part, there's big spaces for the TV, and shelving below that. I've got outlets on each shelf below the TV and one for the TV. And then, never mind my crooked column. I tell you, some of these timbers, you pay top dollar for them, but some of them are straight, some of them are straightish, and some of them are curvish. But in that gap in there, I left that on purpose. What I'm going to do is I've got some more of this oak plywood. I had to trim a piece off the end for the piece for the last section there. And I'm going to put me some little cleats there for it to mount to so I can remove it if I have to. And that's going to fill in that gap. And in that, I'm going to put an electrical outlet about 12 inches off the bottom. And then about midway, about the level of the shelf, there'll be another outlet. You can buy outlets. I think they're like $22, $24, something like that. It's got 110 going in, and it's got 4 USB charging ports on it. And then just above that, with some plywood, I'll make me a little rack with 4 slots in it to hold phones and tablets and the like. You can slide them in that slot, and then above that will be a drawer where we can put different cables. And that way, when we have company over, there's a nice convenient place. You don't have to ask where's a charger, just plug in the USB cable to the USB port and set your phone right there in a little rack. Hopefully you won't forget it when you go. This section here is a 4x8 bookshelf unit. And next to it is the picture wall that I promised Deb. Now I'll be putting a piece of 5/8 plywood on this and then covering it with drywall. That way, when you put in your screws to hang pictures or the like, I won't have to worry about drywall anchors because I got 5/8 inch plywood directly behind it. All right. Oh, better stay out zoomed. And then this is the hallway. It's kind of congested. And right here is our coat closet. See the door header. These are 2x12 door headers. You take a 2x12, cut it 1.5 inches bigger on each side than your rough opening. So if you have got a 30-inch door, you need a 32-inch opening, and then you've got 1.5-inch jack studs, so you end up with 35-inch wide header. Now it's two by 12s. It's probably overkill. I could have probably gotten away with smaller, but I'd rather build strong. And there's two by 12s, and in there is a piece of 1/2-inch plywood sandwich. So the three pieces come out exactly the thickness of a 2x4 stud. You can see that sandwiched in there. And that carries the weight for that door header. And this is a coat closet. Now they recommend minimum 28 inches, preferably 30 inches for a coat closet. This is 30 inches deep, and it is 41 inches wide. And then here is the doorway to our bedroom. Just walk through the door into the bedroom. Scaffolding and ladders and everything in the way. And this is our closet. Now this closet is 14.5 feet wide, and it is 32 inches deep, I believe. I'm tired, memory's failing me. So his and hers closet, it's not walk-in, but each of us will have 7 foot of storage space. Now these are 6-foot openings. I'll either put 6-foot bifold doors, which is what I've got priced out, or I might go luxe. I was taking a look online and found some bypassing barn door hardware. So you can have 2 barn doors, one slides past the other. So you have 3 foot of opening one side or the other. And I thought, well, I might go with that. We'll see where we go. We got time on that. If worst comes to worst, we'll get moved in here and we'll have a curtain across a curtain or a sheet across it so you don't see it, just so we get in here, because I don't want to be in that RV again this winter. Now, what I'm going to be doing on each side here, on one side will be double hanging, and I've got the specs written down for that. So you'll be able to hang shirts and pants. That'll be about 3 foot of it, at least 30 inches probably, maybe a little bit more. And then beside that will be about an 18-inch section of full length hanging for dresses, robes, anything longer, top coats, anything like that. And then in the center section between the two, what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to put a shelf unit with some shelves. It'll have a divider to separate the 2 halves of the closet, and then about 10-inch deep shelves, so they'll stick out a little past the door, for stacking items on it, and that'll kind of separate the 2 closet spaces. So 14 foot wide by 32 inches deep. And I guarantee you that within just a few weeks, we'll have it full. And then the half bath, I've got the door blocked with a tarp. That's our half bathroom. And then down the hallway to the big bathroom and the toilet stall. This is going to be our shower, walk-in shower, be tiled. And then in that gap right there is going to be the vanity, and it will back right up onto the back wall. And then we have a linen closet right next door to the bathroom, and then the spare bedroom, the guest room, and then closet here. Now this closet's fairly deep. This closet and the linen closet actually form the sides for the nook for the toilet, because I like a little privacy when I'm on the toilet. At any rate, that's where we stand right now. I'm getting ready to go crawl underneath the RV in the mud and see if I can find where they tucked away that line that's leaking, so I can get water back to the RV. That Arctic cold really did a number on us. In the kitchen right now, and then turn around, you can see my solar kiln in the distance. And then dining room and living room. Living room is full of work table and tools right now. But I am almost done with framing. You can see on this section right here, you can see where I've extended all the way up to the rafters. And I've got to do that on this wall and then the rest of the walls to go ahead and bring those walls on up to the rafter. I'll do that with everything except for our closet. I'm going to go ahead and cap it off with a flat ceiling in the closet, because anything higher than that is really going to be pretty much useless for storage. And Deb was asking about lighting. I said, yes, you will have plenty of lighting, because I hate getting into a closet and not being able to see anything. So there we are. I'll get this last bit of framing done on the extending up to the rafters, and then it'll be time to drill my holes, mark and drill my holes for my, it'll be time to drill the holes, mark and drill holes for the septic lines, the drain lines, and for my water lines. I'll get those marked and drilled, and then drop a little pipe down in them, because the next step after that is going to be crawling underneath this thing and drilling the holes and pulling the PEX for the radiant heating. I wanted to get that done. I wanted to drill my holes for my drain lines and my water lines before I get the PEX for my radiant heating in, because I really don't want to misjudge and cut one of those, cut that line, because that would be a pain in the neck. Because I really want it to be a solid run with no breaks for each zone, be 4 zones. And then if I go ahead and put my sewer and my drain lines in, then I've got to snake my PEX around it. So I figure I'll cut my holes, drop some pipe down, a little something down there so I know it's there. And then I'm not having to work around all of that to get my radiant heat lines in. Once that's in, then I'll rough out the plumbing and the water. And we'll give you some updates on that. That's going to be a lot of fun, crawling up underneath there. I purposely, the reason why the house is so tall is I've got these engineered I-joists for the floor. And the manufacturer for that recommends a minimum 24 inches from ground level to the bottom of the I-joist, so you don't have problems with moisture and with rot. So I went ahead and made about 28 inches at the lowest point. Well, it drops 18 inches from the back end to the front end. So 28 and 18 is what? 46 inches, almost 4 foot at the front, and a little over 2 foot at the back. So it's the advantage is that this chubby guy will actually be able to fit underneath there and won't get stuck, and I'll be able to get back out. But with all this rain that we've had, it's probably, I don't have a gutter on the back end of the house yet, so all that snow melted and all that ran off behind the house, and then of course down the hill, so it's kind of goopy underneath there. I did get my steel ordered, and I'm waiting for a delivery date so I can put my roof on. And a part of putting the roof on is going to be to put a gutter across the back, and then I'll get one of those IBC totes and start catching that rainwater, and we'll use that for watering around here. But that way I don't have water dripping directly off the roof onto the ground. I can channel it off and use it for other purposes. Or if nothing else, just direct it and let it run downhill beside the house, making sure to keep it from running down into my leach field, because I don't need it getting any more saturated than it is. All right, that's all I got for today. It's been a very eventful day, trying to make the most of the nice warm weather that I can, getting my driveway, the mud bog cleared up, And get ready to climb under the RV, see if I can find where in the heck they tucked that line. Haven't been able to find it yet, but I can see water drip whenever I turn my water supply on. So it's up there somewhere. Wish me luck. Until next time, this is Bob at Serenity Hill, having more fun than should be allowed by law.